ranking the waifus from the anime date alive.
I'm very excited for this personally. Let's just hope Sleepy Joe stays awake for this.
Fuck you, Donald. I'm not gonna sleep. I wish I could so I don't have to listen to you talk about underage girls.
Don't start with me, Joe. We all know you probably daydream about sniffing all these girls during your free time instead of running our country.
Can both of you shut the fuck up and get started with this? First girl we got is Toca. Me personally, I think she's a solid A, maybe B tier.
Are you stupid, Obama? I think she is one of, if not the best girls in Day Day Live.
Why? Because she eats a lot of food like your fat ass does?
First of all, fuck you, Joe. Second, I believe she's just an innocent girl who just wants to be accepted in this world. Much like me.
You'll never be accepted into this world, Trump. I do agree she is cute and very likable. She can be annoying sometimes, but at the end of the day, she means well. Put her in B tier.
Glad we can all agree she's good. I'll put her in a tier. She's not the best, but definitely up there.
Next up is Yoshino. Now we already know where Joe is going to put her in.
S tier, I think she is mommy material.
Joe, what the fuck? You do know she's 13, right?
Oh, he's well aware of that, Obama.
Well, in Japan, the age of consent is actually 13 years old, which means she's legal. S tier waifu mommy material right now.
Joe, I think your dementia is kicking in again. We live in the United States where the age of consent is 18 years old, you creep.
Fuck you, Donald. At least I don't sexually harass my own daughter, you fat orange criminal.
Focus, guys. Me personally, I believe Yoshino is a B tier. Her powers are really cool, and I did like her character introduction. I don't really like that creepy Yoshinon puppet. Shit is kind of annoying, especially since she loses it twice.
Oh, look at that. Yoshino loses her puppet like Trump conveniently loses legal documents.
Joe, just shut the fuck up. Yoshino? IDK, she's a bit overrated if you ask me. I'd say she's a C tier, not a huge fan.
I'm just going to put her in B tier so we can all be somewhat happy and we can move along.
Wow, Yoshino got robbed. It's okay, I still have my Yoshino body pillow collection to keep her legacy alive. I mean, what?
Hey, yo, what the fuck? And they're sending me to prison.
Okay, next up we got Kurumi. I personally believe she's an S tier and is easily the hottest character in Date Alive.
Monkey see, monkey do, Barack. You're one of those normies who think she's the best. I like her a lot, but she isn't the best. I believe there are better ones.
First off, I don't know if that was a racist comment, Donald, but maybe the majority of the Date Alive fan base says she's the best, because she is. Her character arc was very cool, and her backstory in Season 4 was very sad. Plus, have you even seen Data Bullet?
No, I haven't seen it. The shit is probably mid anyway, just like your opinion.
Trump is right. I tried to watch Data Bullet and fell asleep 5 minutes in.
Joe, you probably were asleep the entire anime.
No, I wasn't you, dickhead. Anyway, I think Kurumi should go in D tier.
What the fuck, Joe? That's way too low.
Yeah, Joe, what the fuck? That's the most L take I ever heard of. You probably don't even remember who she is or what episode she was in.
Fuck off, Trump. And Obama, I just don't like her as much. She kills and eats people. That's just disgusting. Not to mention that disturbing clock eye and very mid-boob size. D tier.
I'm just going to put her in S tier and call it a day. That way the Date Alive fans won't get mad at us.
Fine with me.
Who's next? I think Rias Gremory should go in B tier.
Wrong fucking anime, you dumbass. Next up is Kotori, a personal S tier for me.
I do agree she's an S tier, but why do you think so, Donald?
I think she's a badass. Plus, she likes her brother Shido. Reminds me of my favorite red state, Sweet Home, Alabama.
Of course you're into the incest shit, Donald. Kotori is indeed a badass, and sometimes I wish I can be her footrest or even her personal chair to sit on.
Hey, Joe, what? You sound just like that long-haired blonde dude who's her assistant.
That character is probably Joe when he was younger. Spying on girls when they change in locker rooms and sniffs their underwear.
What? How the fuck did you know I...
Joe, I wouldn't finish that sentence before you end up going to prison with Donald.
Fuck you, Barack. I think we all agree Kotori is S tier then.
Agreed, and don't call me Barack, it's Barack, you dumb fuck. Anyway, let's move on. Mana is next, personally. I think she's mid, C tier at best.
Agreed, Barack. But other people in the Date Alive community think she should date Shido, which is just wrong. They're biological siblings they shouldn't be dating, let alone the other shit people make fanfics on.
I don't know, guys. I think that would be interesting if Shido went on a date with Mana. Maybe Kotori can come along and then Shido ends up doing both of the...
I'm not even going to let you finish that sentence, you sick bastard. Barack just put her in C tier so Joe doesn't make me vomit.
Yeah, Joe, what the fuck? C tier it is. Next up, we got the Yamai twins, another personal favorite of mine. I'm thinking S tier.
Agreed. Imagine doing two girls at once. It'll be just like me banging both Michelle and Jill.
You keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth, you fat orange sack of shit.
Whoa there, calm down, Will Smith. Don't want to boil your blood and pass away. Actually...
Gonna stop you right there before shit escalates. Joe, where do you think the Yamai twins should go?
I do think they're underrated, but not S tier for me. Maybe a high A tier for me. Low S tier.
I'll just put them in high S to make everyone happy. Next up is Miku Izayoi. IDK, she's not great.
You take that back, Barack. She is the best girl on this list. No questions. She doesn't even get S tier. She gets a tier of her own.
Talk about pathetic. Donald going after a lesbian chick. You do realize it's guys like you that make her hate men, right?
And it's guys like you that make lesbians exist in the first place. Miku has such a sad and devastating backstory. She also has huge titties and ends up being a huge sweetheart by the end of her character arc. Top of the list.
In that scene where Shido saved her and she started crying was definitely a touching moment. I don't know, I gotta say she was a shit character when she first appeared and was extremely selfish, so that kind of brings her down a little for me.
Obama, it's the final part of her that counts, the one that exists now.
Yeah, much like the 2020 election.
Fuck you, Biden. You know it's all fake news.
Let's not get into politics right now, guys. I think Miku should go in B tier.
I think C tier because fuck Trump.
No, fuck you, Joe. I hope you choke on your bowl of Raisin Bran. Put Miku in S tier or I'll dox both of you.
Trump, just because we don't like your favorite doesn't mean you have to dox us.
It absolutely does, because if you don't, I'm going to start crying into my mic.
Okay, put Miku in S tier. I don't want to hear this fat orange cry.
Jesus Christ, fine, Donald. If it'll keep you from crying like a poopy baby, I'll put in S. You happy?
Happy as can be, Obama. Who's next? Ellen, D tier?
For once, I agree with Donald. Ellen is overrated as shit and isn't even hot. D tier for me as well.
Come on, you don't think she can at least get a C tier? I mean, she is very smart and strong.
No, she tried to kill the other spirits, and that just isn't right. D tier.
Yeah, D tier.
Okay, fine, guys. Next up is Natsumi.
D tier?
Why Donald?
Because she made the other spirits disappear for no reason. Plus, she has a lowly form, which automatically puts her in the lower ranks.
You do realize they come back eventually, Donald.
I'm surprised your sleepy ass could remember that.
Fuck you. Also, what's wrong with her true form? It shows that you should be yourself and is a beautiful message. Legit cried when she got sealed.
I agree. I do think she deserves an A tier.
A tier.
Whatever. But you can't deny her adult form is hot as shit. Like Jesus, that shit made me more hard than when Biden sees little girls at the playground.
Fuck you, Trump. You probably only hate her true form because she said she had to eat lunch in the bathroom stall, and you related to that on a personal level.
Fuck off, Joe. I think her true form goes in D tier and her adult form in S tier. Unlike Joe here, I actually prefer adults over children.
I'm going to go ahead and put her in B tier so we can move on. Next up is Origami. I think she's a bit weird and too pervy for my liking, so I'm thinking C tier.
L take Obama. You probably only said that because Michelle doesn't treat you like that, and you're just jealous of Shido.
Don't bring my wife into this. I just think she's a little weird. I mean, she literally asked Shido if she could pee on him.
I don't know, guys. I think that's kind of hope.
Don't even finish that fucking sentence.
Sorry, guys. I just have my kinks. I think Origami is B tier. I'm not good at making them. I'm much better at making paper airplanes.
Jesus fucking Christ, Joe, not that Origami. Anyway, I don't give a fuck about what y'all say. I'm putting her in C tier and moving on.
L Obama, but whatever will get Joe to stop talking about paper.
I'm getting sleepy. Are we almost done?
Yeah, Barack, I think it's almost time for Joe's 15th nap of the day.
Shut up, Trump. It's probably time for your 15th meal of the day.
Be original with your insults, Joe. They're getting as old as you are, and that's saying something.
I think both of you should go to couples counseling and shut up. Anyway, last one is Shiori. I think we can all agree this is D tier.
Agreed, Barack. This is literally just Shido dressed up as a girl. It shouldn't even go on the list.
I'd smash. Put her in S tier.
What the fuck, Joe? You're actually sick. If anything, I think Obama would be into Shiori since he's married to a man pretending to be a woman.
Trump, if I were you, I'd shut your mouth before I drone strike you and move Miku into D tier.
Okay, fine, Barack. I'm sorry. Anyway, I think that's all of them. I know there's different forms like Tenka and other girls, but simply I don't care about them.
What about Nia and Mukuro? They're pretty important characters in Season 4.
Don't care. Season 4 was mid anyway. Put Nia in C and Mukuro in B. Fuck y'all, I'm out.
Wow, how rude. Anyway, I think Nia should go in B and Mukuro in S. What do you think, Joe?
Yeah, I also think chocolate chip ice cream should go in S.
You know I'm fucking done.